Alrighty, well, JB weld is cured for the camera stand and on the end of the stud nut for the exhaust. So we're gonna go ahead, let's see if we can get this thing running, and well, we'll talk about another future idea for the exhaust too, because if it's gonna be a race saw, you can't do race saw things without tune pipes. Pumping. Start. It's a good start. It means the impulse is working perfectly. Need more idles. Probably a lot less top end fuel too. Ooh, handle screw come out. Well, that's not good. Screwdriver, anybody? Running real strong. I mean, real strong. Ooh, nose is running a little. Had 1.5 out on the high side. One right now. Take her to 3/4. turn your idle up. Shaky little girl. Well, that's taken out the theory that the muffler was the problem. You rev it up high and it wants to run high, like something is opening and it just wants to continue running fast. So it wasn't the muffler coming off. Kind of had ideas at this point. What could cause it to run fast after you snap the idle shut? It's still, I don't know, I'm at a loss. We've tracked down everything, sprayed everything. It's still acting like there's something. I don't know. Sounds amazing, but you rev it up and it just stays going. Yeah, it's got a vacuum leak somewhere. And I'm just unsure where it could be. Oh, found an E-clip that disappeared on me. We'll get that out of there real quick. Yeah, it's got a vacuum leak somewhere. But where? That's the problem. Muffler's still good? No, the muffler came off. Vibrated straight off. I guess you guys saw it, I didn't. So, intuition told me on that bolt. Yeah, so the muffler coming off is causing it. So, we got to figure out a solution for that. I got an idea. But man, that bolt's going to suck to put back on. I really had it torqued down, too. Might have to get a locking one. A locking one or put some high temp thread sealer or a touch of JB Weld on it. But that's causing the problem right there. Muffler came off, I guess. So, somewhere at some point, there's the nut right there. So muffler coming off is causing the issue. We'll be back with a solution. Well, I went ahead and did the right thing. I peened the nut over, and it sort of acted like a locking nut, which I asked Jeremy moments ago, and he recommended doing that. And then I also added JB Weld to the end of it. Now, I can still take this apart, still get a wrench on there, and break that free if I have to. So it's not like it isn't going to be able to come off or anything like that. It's not permanent, it's just permanent enough to where to get that to stay on. And then, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have another idea floating around. It involves big piped exhaust. In that box. And then I've got a mixed assortment of like headers over here to be able to mate with it and stuff. So, but I have to end it for today on this one too, until this cures and come back another day to complete this video, because the tripod also broke right there. Yes, zoom where you want. Right there where the shiny's at. So I discovered that, so I used the rest of the JB Weld to fix this. So I guess it wants to end right there. We will be back with this cured and hopefully running again properly. Alright, well, it's a few days later. I haven't even tried to start it yet. Got the JB weld on the exhaust there, the bolt, and it's not super permanent, just enough to keep from falling off. So let's see if we get this thing to run, rev it up, and then airbound the tank because it's got no vent unless the pressure from the gas in here builds up enough. See what we can do here. I'm thinking of an idea to redo the throttle linkage because it only opens like it's got like 1/8 of a way to go, maybe a little bit more, and I need to redo the linkage. And I was thinking about it at work, and I think I figured out how to get it to do a full pull open on this, but nothing says it's going to be the permanent carburetor for this. I pretty much declared this a racing saw or look-alike or whatever. I think I've also made up my mind to put the tune pipe on it, so we'll see how long the series goes for that, how much I skip ahead. But let's see what we can do here first for this. Because last time the exhaust fell off, it was revving high, revving fast. No choke, don't need it, just your hand. Leaning out. Fuel level's getting a little low. It's not airbound, that's why I turned on side, but we can rev her up and it goes back down. Pretty good, and I'll take that. But for a racing saw, we're not looking for the best idle, the smoothest idle. More or less with them, you're just wide open throttle. You're doing the warm up, and then you're just putting it in wood, wide open throttle, get her out, and you shut her down. So definitely a success here we've got going. That fix works. The bottom bolt only fell out when there was nothing on the top to hold it, so that's pretty awesome and everything. Let me know. I want to know from you guys. I want to know from you guys. Do you want to see this with the tune pipe? I want you guys to do that. I'll go ahead. I'll go get it out of the box here. We'll put it up to it and see what it looks like. I want you guys to tell me, is this what you want to see this saw? We've already come this far. You guys come on this far, this awesome journey with me. I need to turn this camera out so I can see you guys and whatnot. Can't see anything. The sun is so beautifully bright. So, do you guys want to see that down there? You want to see that with the tune pipe? Let me know down in the comments if you've been watching this far in this video and in this series. So, I'll go ahead and temperature high to use. Okay, my thought got cut off there because the warning popped up on the phone saying phone too hot for camera use, and it shut the camera off when I was in the middle of asking and looking at you guys turning it around. So let it cool off a moment because it was out in the sun for a cool 6 minutes. It has a case on it, but it's black, so I guess it can't handle it that much. So the thought here, I'll turn this so you guys can kind of see the idea better and whatnot. It's reversed for me, but for you guys, it'll be the same. It'll be correct direction. So, the pipe I have, I kind of forgot what it looked like, but it'll still do the purpose of. Get this scooched over for you. I've got fittings, ends and whatnot on here. What's going to happen, this will sit something like this over to here. Really weird for you guys and everything. So it'll sit something like this, and it'll have to be sucked in. I'm going to have to do like a 45-degree on one of these flanges here when welding stuff up, but these fit in. These are kind of mushroomed and everything from time, use, and age, but they've been custom welded and everything. I'm not even sure what this went to. I mean, I don't know. What do you think that guy's went to? It came from the karting world. Same guy I got this block from and everything, and the other ones and whatnot. So his brother did racing back in the day. So put that up there, the flange. I'll get it put onto a muffler, an actual setup or something. But bolted up, flanged on, and it'll do something like that. Yeah, tune pipes are pretty big. So adds a lot of weight, but that weight can kind of help you when you're pushing down on a log or whatever. But I figured if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. We're just going to turn this into a full-on racing saw. Try not to block the bar, chain, anything like that. For tightening purposes and stuff. But that's kind of the goal right there. That's what we're going to do. I mean, this thing revs up beautifully. It was just starting to lean out in that video because I was sucking a bunch of air inside the tank. The line was showing that. Just a bunch of air bubbles were getting into it and everything. So the tank, once it gets down to like a third of a tank where it's at now or whatever, it kind of wants to lean out. But because it sits at a little bit of an angle back and everything. But I'll have to, like I say, figure more out on how to suction it better and whatnot and stuff like that. So I can't get it to quite do a 4-stroke yet. I don't know. Like I say, that's my throttle linkage. What I'm thinking of on that too is move this hammer. Everything I get out is always in my own way. I am in my own damn way. Come up, down. See the linkage right now, it just runs straight. And it goes forward good, but it doesn't get quite enough down push. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to engineer the linkage to come up and around from the backside. So when it gets pushed forward, it's actually pulling on the linkage. So it's getting, once it makes 180 degrees, it's pulling on the linkage and it'll be able to pull all the way down. I'm losing that much for wide open throttle. The high speed's working. It just isn't full on open for it to truly work to pull. So that's why you saw me in the video. That's what I was opening up to try to get it to 4-stroke. I mean, these carburetors will move a lot of fuel, and it was moving a lot of air there too. And this thing was just singing great, and I was watching it rev it up and it would come back down. And this engine seems like it really wants the back pressure a lot to help tone down a little bit. So I just figured we're going to do that. And we're going to work on the bracing on this too. Once I get everything all done and set up, we'll get bracing, hook it up from here, maybe down to the an intake bolt or something like that to just brace it up to get this to wobble a little less. Because you're going to be putting just intense pressure on this. So, this is definitely not intended. It was not the goal to make a racing saw out of this, but it just come down to I've done torn it apart. I have the street sign that I inherited, got it, and we're just gonna send it and everything. So I'll try to also figure, I like this weed eater gas tank here. I'll have to figure out something else, try to see if I can think of something else or whatnot, but it's working for now. It may work for all purposes here. It just depends on how well I get into cutting and everything and stuff like that. So It's got about that much of it is full of air after it all got together and stuff like that. But but the muffler was definitely the problem on it falling off. Now that it's staying on, we've got all the air leaks, all the things are solved up to this point for that. And the homemade intake gasket is doing fantastic to this point. I may fill her up more and just let her sit there and run a while. But I think that the only thing that's just going to prove is help on the gaskets and everything and stuff. So everything just seems to be super, super happy with it now. We've got it dialed, if you will. But the exhaust, I'm kind of actually looking forward to building that and everything. So, like I say, let me know in the comments if you want to see this happen to it, and I'm probably going to get a bunch of yeses. The more yeses, the better. The more thumbs up also will tell me, too. If you don't like to comment, you just like to be a quiet person, leave a thumbs up for me. That'll tell me even more. The more thumbs up, the better. I mean, I get like 100, 150 views. If we get that many thumbs up, that'd be awesome. That'll just tell me everything I need to know. Also, my Instagram. You're going to see a lot on my Instagram sooner than you will on YouTube. Just like sneak peek previews. Sometimes you'll see stuff on there you will never see on YouTube. So I have that also in my community section on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description to it, to my Instagram. I post up Saul stuff in there and whatnot. It's all I use it for. You know, maybe have a little joke, fun, see how others are doing and stuff, I guess, too. So, but, like I said, let me know in the comments. You want to see that happen? More or less it's going to. I've kind of made my mind up on it and everything. We make it happen and go from there. I'll put a bar and chain on it as it is. We're going to go without a clutch cover here or whatever. We're going to go with I've got to design it. I think I already have one. I could just modify it. A clutch coverless setup here and everything. Open clutch and build something to just keep the chips from going into your face. I got to design an adapter for this. I think I have one in the house, an adapter for an air filter. I want to run air filters. I don't want to destroy the engines. I've seen enough already of those. So, all right, I'm rambling on. Lots to do. Everything. You have any suggestions on what you want to see or anything like that? Let me know. I answer as many as I can, questions, comments, stuff that I could see that YouTube shows me. I had to go back the other day, and some that were from like 3 months ago I'd never seen and answering them. So, all right, I'm rambling on. Video's probably getting long. I haven't even looked at how much time I've got on it, but that is the plan. So I'll say thanks for watching, and stay safe, everybody.